Hey, this is yours truly, the coach, and it's time for another Rhubarb Chris post-game report. Rhubarb Chris had 3 games last week, or weekend, or whatever the heck you want to call it. First started on Thursday against Blue Bandits. The last time Rhubarb played Blue Bandits, we barely squeaked out a win 4-3. This time I couldn't make it, so Rami Abu Murad took my place, and Rhubarb won at 8-6, which, thanks Rami, my big ring team really needed me. We only had 10 players that game, and we tied 2-2 and whatnot. So okay, good. So the second game was against You're in Trouble, and this is the first time we've ever played them. But I know these guys because I was teammates with them on some of the co-ed teams that they played on. Anyhow, we're gonna start off the game summary. So the first period. In the first period, Jeff Mattern would feed a pass to Andrew Patterson, who would fire a one-timer on the glove side of the coach to make it 1-0. And then a shot occurred, which I made a shoulder save, didn't know where it went, and Eric Grimm would just tap in the rebound to make it 2-0. Riley McVicker would cut the deficit to half and make it 2-1 to end the period. In the second period, my God! I mean, jeez. Cameron Graham scores, which I didn't have the positioning, and Eric Graham, same thing. Bad positioning there. And then that made it 4-1. And then Andrew Patterson makes it 5-1, which at that point I was just frustrated because I couldn't make any saves worth a darn. The only saving grace in that period was newcomer Cody Didichuk would pick off a pass from Dean Nygaard and would put it in to make it 5-2. But not like it really mattered, as it just wasn't our day. And then in the third period, frustration continues, as then Eric Graham will make it 6-2, and then Jeff Mattern scores from a point shot that goes right to my 5-hole, which I should have had that. Now at least here's something I could at least smile about. We're shorthanded on a 4-on-2 when Mike Johnson would be forechecking, which maybe he should have stayed back on a 4-on-2, but whatever, he goes and forechecks, okay? So then the pass, and TJ Bergen picks it off and fires a shot past Dean Nygaard, which is not easy to do, to make it, 7-3 at that point? I can't remember. I don't know what it is, but TJ seems to always shine when he's either short-handed or it's 3-on-3 or blah blah blah. But sadly, Andrew Patterson would net in one more, as he would forecheck hard, and then he'd eventually walk out and fire one past my glove side to make it 8-3. So once again, another poor performance on my part. Sorry, guys. Anyways, we're going to do the 3 stars in that game. The third star, despite the one penalty he took, which was an uncharacteristic one on his part, the third star goes to Joey Menard, because he actually played. You know what? He played good. He was solid defensively. Made some good passes and just had a strong game. The second star, I'm going to give it to Cody Didichuk. Wouldn't mind seeing him on the team next summer. And the first star I'll give it to TJ Bergen. So we're going to go on to the second game, which is against Blue Bandits again. Now, the game starts off pretty good as honestly think that Mike Johnson would probably would go 4 for 4 in the accuracy competition, because he seems to pick the corners so well with his eyes closed it's not even funny. And in that game there was no exception, as he just seemed to close his eyes and shoot and just pick the corner to make it 1-0. But then, oh my goodness, God, my poor play continues as, let's just call it shades of Super Dave, former Rhubarb Chris goalie, and Spongy. Blue Bandits dump the ball in, and then I go out and play the ball, try to whack it up. I completely miss and it goes in the net. And then after that, Andrew Kerwin would fire a weak shot that would somehow go by my blocker side to make it 2-1. And at least I'm not too mad about this, because this one I tried all I could on this one. Josh Lagazar feeds a pass at Chris Bestvader. I slide across to try to make the save, but then Bestvader fools the coach going far side when he thinks coach is going short side to make it 3-1. Then Riley McVicker would then make it 3-2 to end the period. I'm just gonna say this prior to the game. You're in trouble goalie Dean Nygaard, who's a good buddy of mine. Basically, we had a talk in the parking lot, and he told me just not to let the weak ones phase me. Just keep my focus. I seem to have I took that as advice, as once Riley made it 3-2, I had made 2 straight saves off of Chris Bestvader. And so anyways, we go on to the second period. And then after another uncharacteristic penalty by Joey Menard, Andrew Kerwin would make it 4-2. Blue Bandits. Now, this is where I said in my Facebook status, I owe Rhubarb Chris one for bailing me out, because wow, it seemed like anybody with a Scottish last name would be the ones who would have the big games today. As wow, I almost feel like doing the game summary with a Scottish accent. It would go, I guess it would go like this then, eh? So, Riley McVicker would go on a breakaway, go do a backhanded deke, and would score to make it 4-3 for Blue Bandits. And then Cale McBride would take a pass from Mike Johnson, who tied the game at 4-4. And then McBride again with a cycle with Tanner McVicker would take the lead and make it 5-2 Rhubarb Crisp. And then in the third period, this is gonna get a little silly, but let me just keep doing this. As the team was short-handed, McBride and Tanner McVicker would strike again, as McBride would make it 6-4 from there. Ah, jeez. Now I'm starting to get really silly. But so that would make it 6-4. But then hold on a second. Wait, let me recount this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah. But then now I know. Andrew Kerwin would get a rebound in the would keep banging away at the ball. The coach would make the first save, but then eventually the coach was down and out, and Kerwin would finish off the rebound to make it 6-5. But then, oh my goodness. I'm not going to do this in a Scottish accent because this is just sick. Riley McVicker beats Cale McBride on a pass. McBride comes in. I guess he's a right-handed shot. Goes to the back end, puts the stick between his legs and shoots it in. And with that being done, we've already got a candidate for Rhubarb Crisp Best Play of the Year, which would be debated with Tyler Grove's Crosby move and then my rolling Dominic Hasek save. But then Blue Bandits would then pull the goalie, and then I'd make the first save, and then there's so much traffic in front, I have no clue where the ball is. I'm guessing it goes in the corner. Andrew Kerwin throws it right in front, and it goes off my foot and in. But then this would happen. The fun young lads would seal the deal as Riley McVicker would get the empty netter and then would net one more as he would feed a pass from Cale McBride to make it 9-6, the final score. Wow, I'm really being cheesy, baby. And here we go. The 3 stars of the game. The 3rd star goes to Tanner McVicker. The 2nd star goes to Cale McBride. And the 1st star goes to Riley McVicker. Now, I'm going to give Riley Mack the 1st star because you know, they had made things close. They had made it 7-6, and then, you know, so all they needed was one more goal, the Blue Bandits, but Riley came up huge with that empty netter and the icing on the cake goal. Plus, I mean, he did have 4 goals and an assist. So that's it. Couple of new Rhubarb Crisp records for that one. For the first time ever, Rhubarb Crisp will not have a losing record. So, in other words, this will be their best winning percentage of the season. And this also occurs. Cale McBride, 4 unanswered goals. I don't know if there's ever been an individual effort like that in Rhubarb Crisp history. So yeah, there you have it. I don't remember, I unfortunately don't know when the next games are, so just check the schedule, whatnot. And that's it for me. So this video is brought to you by, of course, RhubarbCrisHockey.com, the Goalie's Crease, and the CBC Play On, which is happening this weekend, and Rhubarb Crisp is going to be in it too. So that's it for me, and the best crisp is Rhubarb Crisp, and that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.